Let's talk about success. What if I told you that almost everything we think we know about it is wrong? Today, we're going to dive into a radical idea from the 10x rule that completely flips the script on what it means to achieve. It's not about that one big win. It's about building a system so you never stop winning. Let's dive in. So, let's just start with a question that might sting a little. Think about your biggest professional accomplishment. That promotion you worked so hard for, that project that you poured your heart and soul into. What if, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really count? I know, that's a tough pill to swallow, but stick with me, because understanding this is the key to unlocking a whole new level of achievement. This quote right here, this is the core of everything. Think about it. That last breath you took was absolutely essential, right? But it's not going to keep you going for long. What really matters is the next one. Well, this framework argues that success works the exact same way. So this idea completely changes the game. We stop asking, did I succeed? And we start asking a much, much more powerful question, can I keep succeeding? It's all about creating a continuous process, not just celebrating a single snapshot in time. Okay, so this is our new definition. Real success isn't an event, it's a capability. It's the difference between, say, winning the lottery and building a successful business. One's a temporary fluke, the other is a sustainable system. And the new rule is brutally simple. If you can't maintain it, it doesn't count. So to build this kind of lasting, repeatable success, we need a totally new playbook. And there are 3 core principles at the heart of this mindset. Let's break them down. First up is a basic law of nature. You see it everywhere. A plant, a company, heck, even a friendship. If it isn't actively growing, it's slowly dying. There's no such thing as standing still. You're either expanding or you're contracting. And that's a huge mental shift for most of us. So what this really means is that success is expansion. The moment you stop learning new things, your career starts to stagnate. The moment a business stops innovating, it's already on its way out. To have lasting success, you need constant forward momentum, period. Now, this quote brings us to our second principle, and this one is a real game changer. We're usually taught to think of success as a luxury, right? Kind of like the cherry on top of life. Well, this idea says, nope, it's not a bonus, it's a necessity. It's about survival. I mean, really think about that. We don't sit around debating whether we need food or shelter, do we? They're essential. This principle puts success in that exact same category. It's the engine that provides security, that protects your loved ones, that builds your future. So pursuing it isn't selfish, it's actually your responsibility. And that brings us to our third principle. The target is always moving. What success looks like changes over time. At age 20, just graduating from school feels like the biggest win in the world. At 40, it might be about leading a team. Then at 60, it could be about mentoring the next generation. The definition of a win evolves, but the fundamental need to be winning never goes away. Okay, so we've covered the big ideas, but that's all a little abstract, isn't it? So what does this actually look like day to day? Let's bring this whole mindset down to earth and look at some real-world examples, at work and at home. Here's a perfect one for work. Getting a new job is great. It's a win, but it's a one-day win. Real career success is about staying valuable and relevant for 30 years. It's about constantly learning, constantly contributing, not just getting that one notch on your belt and calling it a day. And you know what? The same exact logic applies at home. A wedding is a beautiful event, a huge one-time win. But a great marriage, that's a process. It's the daily grind of showing up, communicating, and putting in the work for years and years. Success in a relationship isn't a memory you look back on, it's something you have to actively create every single day. I love this metaphor because it just says it all. You can't stay warm today on the fire you built yesterday. And success is exactly the same. Your past achievements have a really short expiration date. You have to keep adding fuel to that fire every single day. So how do we keep that fire burning? Let's get really practical. This is the actionable part. How we can turn this powerful mindset into a daily habit. Here is it. This is the key. You have to understand that success is rented, and the rent is due every day. You don't get to own it forever. So think of these 3 steps as your daily rent payment. Every day you invest in tomorrow. You make one small improvement, and you absolutely refuse to coast on yesterday's wins. And hey, if you want to apply this right now, try this little test. Pick one success you have right now that you're maybe a little afraid of losing: your health, a key relationship, a skill. Then just walk through these steps this week. It's like a quick diagnostic to see if your success is built to last or if it's in danger of fading away. All right, let's do a super quick recap. If you take nothing else away from this, remember these key things. Success has to be continuous. It has to expand. It's not a luxury. It is survival. Past wins are irrelevant. And maintenance isn't optional. It is mandatory. And that brings us right back to where we started. To stop pursuing success is to try and live off your last breath. It's just impossible. Real, lasting success is always about the next breath, the next action, the next win. So the only question left is, what are you going to do to create your success today?